Okay, good morning, students. So today we are going to start with the inter-arrival and waiting time distribution. So basically, we have started with that last time also. Let me just start. So last time we have started with the just continued with the Poisson process. Something already we have done. A definition of the Poisson process we have given, and relationship with the exponential and gamma distribution we have provided. So now also some relationship we have discussed. So that proof also I have given. Uh, Now let us continue with the. Let us see again some relationship we have seen with the exponential distribution and the gamma distribution. So let us, uh, yeah. So we have done this thing that if we have an exponential distribution, then whose PDF is this lambda e raised to minus lambda x. Then we have shown that time for occurrence of first event follows the uh, exponential distribution. So similarly, T1, T2, T2 is the time between the n minus first, between the first and second arrival. So some student asked the question at that time that uh, how we will show that T2 will also follow the uh, uh, exponential distribution. So let me show that thing also, because for that I said that at that time that some more concept is required. So now let me just show that thing. Inter-arrival and waiting time distribution. So now let NT is the number of events occurring in the interval 0 to t, which follows a Poisson process with rate lambda. Okay, then let us denote the T1 as the time for first event. Okay, and let us denote Tn the time between, time lapsed between n minus first and nth event. So some events are occurring in time. So this is the first event. Okay, so T1 is the time for the first event. This is the second. So T2 is the time between the first and second. Similarly, T3 and so on. So nth is this. So our claim is that Ti follows exponential lambda. So first one is simple, that T1 greater than T. That means first event occur after time T. Okay. So that means in the interval 0 to T, basically 0 events occur. So therefore probability T1 greater than T is probability and T is equal to 0. This is because we know that exponential nt is a Poisson process. So this is e raised to power minus lambda t. Lambda t raised to power 0 divided by 0 factorial. So now this we know that whose reliability is this? So T1 follows which distribution? Yeah, exponential. It is clear that because this is the reliability function of exponential distribution. Exponential with parameter lambda. Because if you see this is the reliability function. minus of the derivative of this will be the density. So minus e raised to power minus lambda t, derivative of minus lambda t will be lambda. So this is the density. Okay, because derivative minus of the derivative of reliability function is the density, because derivative of the CDF is density. So reliability function is 1 minus of the CDF. So therefore, this is the density of the exponential. So therefore, T1 is exponential. Now let us say that we want to find probability T2 greater than T given T1 is equal to S. That means time for first event is S, then the second event occur after S plus T. Okay, so that means in the interval S to S plus T, how many events are there? 0 events are there. Okay, because S to S plus T, it is clear that no events is there, because uh, time for first second event T2 is greater than T. So therefore, because T2 is the time between and minus between the T2 is the time between the first and second event. So that means S plus T, because first event occur at S. So therefore, because NT has independent and stationary increments, because distribution depends on the length of the interval. So therefore, NT is equal to 0. So therefore, this is because this depends on the length of the interval. Length of the interval is T. So therefore, this is e raised to power minus lambda T, because NT follows a Poisson process. So density of the Poisson process is probability NT is equal to N is e raised to power minus lambda T. Lambda T raised to power N upon N factorial. N is 0, 1, 2, and so on. Okay. So therefore, this is e raised to power minus lambda T. But now, if we take probability T2 greater than T given T1, replace small s by T1. This remains e raised to power minus lambda T, because no s value is there. Take expectation over this. So because that is a constant corresponding to this, because note we are taking the integration over T1. So therefore, this is remains the same value, but this value is probability T2 greater than T. So expectation of probability T2 greater than T given T1 is probability T2 greater than T. So therefore, T2 follows exponential with parameter lambda, because this is the reliability function of T2. So therefore, in this fashion we will continue and find out the answer. Therefore, interarrival times T1, T2, so on are independently and identically distributed exponential lambda random variables with the mean 1 by lambda. Okay. So any question till now? Yes, any question?
No,
I
sir.
did not understand that expectation part.
Yeah, although I have given the proof already of expected value of, because if x and y are random variable, expected value of x given y is expected value of x. Proof of this I have given. So if you want the proof of this also, proof will be in the similar lines. So let me give you the proof also. So now expected value of probability T2 greater than T given T1. Okay. So now can anyone tell this will be because this will be, let me take integration, this will be probability because this will be some function of T1. Okay. So therefore this will be probability T2 greater than T given T1 is equal to T1 into density of T1 dt1. Let me write down like this. Okay. Now this is integration. Now this is conditional distribution. T2 infinity, conditional distribution of T2 given T1 is equal to T1, T2 dt2 f T1 T1 dt1. Okay. So now these integrations are with you. Now you basically you just take, this is double integration T to infinity. Now this is f T2 given T1 is equal to T1, T2 f T1 T1 dt2 dt1. Now this because you know that conditional distribution is, this value is joint over marginal of T1. So therefore this is nothing but joint of T1 T2. Okay. So therefore this is integration, interchanging the limits T1 T2 T1 T2 dt1 dt2. Now this value is nothing but integrate over T1. So we will get the marginal of T2. So therefore integration T to infinity dt2 dt2. But this is nothing but probability T2 greater than T. So that is the thing we want to show, that probability T2 greater than T is expected value of T2 greater than T, probability of T2 greater than T given T1.
Yes, I got it.
Okay. So this is the proof in the similar fashion what we have done for the expected value of x given y is expected value of x. In the same fashion the proof will run. So now we have shown using this that interarrival times are IID exponential random variable with mean 1 by lambda. Now because Sn we define as summation of Ti i's from 1 to n. So this is basically summing the T1, T2, Tn. So this is the arrival because T1 is the waiting time for the first event, T2 is the time between the first and second event, and so on. So therefore summation of T1, T2, Tn we are denoting as Sn. So this is the waiting time for the nth event, arrival of the nth event. Okay. So Sn is arrival time of the nth event called waiting time until the nth event. So using the MGF approach, we have already done this thing. If T1 are IID, TIs are IID exponential lambda, then Sn will be, because these are IID exponential lambda, therefore summation Sn will be gamma n comma lambda using moment generating function. So you know that moment generating function of the exponential is because already we have done although. So let me just using MGF, because moment generating function of TIT is 1 minus T by lambda raised to power minus 1. So moment generating function of SNT is product of this product I is from 1 to n, moment generating function of TIT, because they are IID also. So this will be 1 minus T by lambda raised to power minus n. So this is the solution, because this is the moment generating function of the gamma distribution we know. So therefore Sn will be gamma n lambda. Although we have done this proof previously also, that this gamma distribution. So now using moment generating function as well as using SR greater than T is less than is equivalent to NT less than R. So using that also we have done this thing. So also we can alternatively we can Sn greater than T is Nt is less than equal to n minus 1. So this thing also we can use and see previous notes on gamma distribution, gamma and X Poisson process. So there we have given the proof using this concept also. Also, we know that expected value of Sn is n by lambda. Variance of Sn is n by lambda square. So these also we can use. Now, okay. Now let me just give you some relationships between the binomial distribution and also arises in the context of Poisson process. So if your NT is Poisson process with rate lambda, then for u greater than 0 less than t and k greater than 0 less than n, nu given nt is equal to n is binomial n comma u upon t. Okay, so NT is following Poisson process. Then for u greater than 0 less than t, k greater than 0 less than n, nu given NT is equal to is binomial n comma u given t. So we want to show this. So for that we can start with probability nu given NT is equal to n. So this let me take this equal to k given NT is equal to n. So for u greater than 0 less than t and k greater than 0 less than n. So okay, now this is a probability that, because we are saying that kindly mute yourself if you don't have any question. So we know that this 0 and up to t n events are there, and up to u is here, and up to there k events occur. So therefore n minus k events will be here. Okay, so it is saying that this is nu is equal to k and nt is equal to n divided by probability nt is equal to n. So this is equivalent to saying that because this is nu is equal to k, nt is equal to n. That means this is probability that n from 0 to u k events occur, and from u to t n minus k events occur, and probability nt is equal to n. So therefore, but we know that this will be because this is nu is equal to k. Okay, because these have stationary and independent increments. So using that, this can be written as probability nu is equal to k, because nt has stationary and independent increments. Using independent increments, I can write them because both of them occur in disjoint time interval. So therefore, they are independent. So and distribution depends on the length of the interval. So therefore, t minus u is n minus k. So divided by probability nt is equal to n. So this is using stationary and independent increments of Poisson process. Now, because we know that nt is equal to n is e raised to power minus lambda t raised to power n divided by n factorial. So therefore, this value will be e raised to power minus lambda u raised to power k upon k factorial into e raised to power minus lambda t minus u lambda t minus u raised to power n minus k upon n minus k factorial upon e raised to power minus lambda t raised to power n upon n factorial. So therefore, from here it can be written as n factorial, k factorial, n minus k factorial. Now e raised to power minus lambda u and e raised to power minus lambda t minus u, that means e raised to power minus lambda plus lambda u will we will get 1, and this will cancel out with this. E raised to power minus lambda t is remaining, that will cancel with this. Also, lambda also you can easily check that lambda is also cancelling out here. Okay, so we are remaining with u raised to power k upon t raised to power k, we can write down from, and remaining is t minus u upon t. So 1 minus u upon t raised to power n minus k, because this is this value, and this remaining value. This can be written in this form easily. So therefore, this is the thing we want to show. That means this is binomial distribution with parameter n and u comma t. Binomial with the parameter n comma u comma t. So that is the thing we want to show, that if nt is a Poisson process, then for u less than between 0 to t, conditional distribution of nu given nt is equal to n is follows binomial with parameter n comma u comma t. Okay, so any question till now? Yes, am I audible? Yes, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, okay. So next thing, we want to see what is the relationship between Poisson process and beta distribution. But for doing that, let me solve one problem first of all. So x is follows gamma with parameter alpha comma lambda. Y follows gamma with parameter beta comma lambda. Both of them are independent. Let us define u is x upon x plus y and v as x plus y. Then show that u follows beta with parameter alpha comma beta, and v clearly is gamma with parameter alpha plus beta lambda, and both u and v are independent also. So that is the question. So we want to show this to show the relationship between the Poisson process and beta distribution. Let me first show this thing. So solution will be, let me define u as x upon x plus y. This is because continuous case. In discrete case, it is simple. For continuous, for discrete case, we have done for the Poisson process solution. We have Poisson distribution. We have seen. So let me just for a continuous case, let me show for this example. So which implies that x is equal to uv and y is equal to v minus x. X is uv. Okay, so then joint density of, we know that x comma y, joint of x comma y, joint PDF is product of gammas. So lambda raised to power alpha gamma alpha, x raised to power alpha minus 1, e raised to power minus lambda x, lambda raised to power beta upon gamma beta, y raised to power beta minus 1, e raised to power minus lambda y, x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0. This is the joint now of xy, product of gamma, basically gamma alpha comma lambda, y gamma beta comma lambda. So now we know that joint PDF of u comma v is FUV, which is nothing but x comma y into del xy upon del uv. Okay, modulus of this. So this is Jacobian, modulus of Jacobian basically. So let me take this first of all, calculate this. So this will be del x by del u, del x by del okay. So del x by del u is v, then del x by del v from here is u, then del y, partial derivative of y corresponding to u is minus v, and corresponding to y corresponding to v will be 1 minus u. So therefore this will be v 1 minus u plus uv, which is equal to v. So modulus of this will be mod of v, but v u clearly u is between 0 to 1 and v is positive from here clearly, because x is positive, y is positive. So this value we can easily observe. So therefore this is basically v. Now f u v u comma v is basically this in terms of uv. So that from here we have to write down lambda raised to power alpha plus beta, this value, gamma alpha, gamma beta, okay. Then x is basically uv raised to power alpha minus 1, e raised to power minus okay lambda x plus y, I will write separately later. Okay, this I am writing later. So this y raised to power, y is v1 minus u. Okay, so v1 minus u raised to power beta minus 1, e raised to power lambda x plus y. So therefore this is e raised to power minus lambda x plus y, we know that is v, x plus y is v into Jacobian into v. Okay, so this is the value we are getting. So any question till now what we have done? So okay, now this value we are getting. Now let me just separate out the quantities. This is lambda raised to power alpha plus beta. Okay, so this is let me write down gamma alpha plus beta. This I am taking extra term which we will cancel out. Gamma alpha, gamma beta, u raised to power alpha minus 1 minus u raised to power beta minus 1 from here. Now lambda raised to power alpha plus beta, this term, and this extra term we have to cancel out, gamma alpha plus beta. Now e raised to power minus lambda v, and v raised to power v is here alpha minus 1 plus beta minus 1 plus 1. So alpha plus beta minus 1. So this is the quantity we are getting. Now clearly this quantity is basically, if we integrate out the integrate over v, if we have to find out the marginal of u, then we will integrate over v. This quantity will be integrated out. Okay. So this is gamma distribution which will integrate out. We were left with this. This is the beta distribution. Now, if we have to find out the marginal of v, then we have to integrate over u. So this quantity will be integrated out. This is basically integration will be one of this. We are left with this quantity, which is basically your gamma. Okay, so in this fashion, we will find out the values. So therefore, clearly from here, this will be f u u, and this will f v v, because we will clearly integrate out. So okay, so therefore u is beta with parameter alpha comma beta, and v is gamma with parameter alpha plus beta, and since f u v can be written as product of marginals, so therefore both of them are independent also. Yes. So any doubt in the proof to any student? Yes, any doubt to any student in the proof of this? Am I audible to you now?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, okay. So I think it is clear then. Proof is clear. Okay, then so let me just now, because this proof I need for the relationship between the Poisson process and beta distribution. So that's why I have given this proof. So we want to see what is the relationship between the Poisson process and beta distribution. Beta distribution is basically having this density, where u is between this much density. Okay, so this is basically this term. This is basically this term, because we will integrate out and we will easily see that they are basically marginal distributions. Okay, now because we know that S M which is summation of i's from 1 to m ti's, where ti's are basically exponential. T1, T2, so on are interarrival times are IID exponential with parameter lambda. So Sm is gamma with parameter m comma lambda, and Sn minus Sm, because this will be gamma n minus m comma lambda, because this will be summation of some ti's which are in number n minus m. So therefore this will be gamma n minus m comma lambda. Also Sm upon Sn, which is Sm upon Sm plus Sn minus Sm. Also both of them are independent. Also these of these are independent, because different summation of ti's will be different. Okay, the occurring in, okay, so therefore clearly both of them are, so therefore this is u. So we are defining x here as Sm and y as Sn minus Sm. That means our v will be Sn. So clearly from the previous result, u, which is Sm by Sn, is beta with parameter m comma n minus m, alpha comma beta, basically u comma with alpha comma beta. So because y, this depends on this x and y, so y here is Sn minus Sm. So alpha is here n, beta is this, and beta is basically n minus m. So clearly this Sm by Sn is beta, and Sn is nothing but gamma with parameter n comma lambda. And clearly because u and v are independent here, so clearly u here is this, v here is basically this value. So both of them are independent also. So u and v are also independent by the result A. Okay, so this result A. So we get this result. So okay, so now let me give you an example to basically see the application of this result which we have obtained from the previous, using the previous result. Suppose customers stream into a drugstore at the constant average rate of 15 per hour the pharmacy opens its door at 8 a.m. and closes at 8 p.m. Given that the 100th customer on a particular day walked in at 2 p.m. We want to know what is the probability that the 50th customer came before noon. Okay. So question is, customer streams into drugstore at a constant average rate of 15 per hour. Let us say that Poisson, average Poisson rate of 15 per hour. That means Poisson process. The pharmacy opens its door at 8 a.m. and closes at 8 p.m. Given that the 100th customer on a particular day walked in at 2 p.m., we want to know what is the probability that 50th customer came before noon. So let us say that Sj is the arrival time of the jth customer on that particular day. Okay, so now here n is 100, m is 50. So probability that Sm, given that Sn, so 100th customer walked in at 2 p.m. So from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. 6 hours. Okay. So given that Sn is equal to 6, waiting time for the arrival time of the 100th customer is 6. Okay, because we have a Poisson process. Therefore, Sj will follow basically gamma distribution. So Sn is 6. What is the probability that 50th customer Sm came before noon from 8 to 12, 4 hours, came before noon. Okay, so this is less than 4. Okay, so that this is the probability we want to find out. So now, therefore, this is the probability that Sm by Sn is less than 4 by 6 given Sn is equal to 6. Because we can divide here, Sn value is given to us. But we know that NT is a Poisson process. So therefore, by the previous result, this U Sm by Sn and Sn are independent. Okay, so therefore, because they are independent, so therefore, this is probability that S S50 by S100 is less than 4 by 6. Why? Because U, Sm by Sn and Sn are independent, because both of them are independent. Now, Sm by Sn is beta with parameter m comma n minus m. Just now we have shown this is beta n minus comma n minus m. So therefore, mean of this is, because we know that for alpha and beta, this is alpha upon alpha plus beta. So here this is 50 comma 50. So therefore this is 1 by 2, 50 by 100, and variance of u is alpha beta upon alpha plus beta square, alpha plus beta plus 1. So therefore this is 50 cross 50 upon 100 square into 101. So therefore this is 0.0025. Now use the central limit theorem. So this will be approximately 5, 4 by 6 minus half upon under root of 0.0025. So seeing this value from the table, this is 0.9997. Okay. So any question here? So basically, we are applying here the previous result, where we have calculated that Sm by Sn and Sn are independent, and Sm by Sn follow beta distribution. Now beta distribution mean and variance we know. So alpha upon alpha plus beta, alpha beta variance is alpha beta plus beta square, alpha plus beta plus 1. So therefore from there we can calculate the answer. Yes, any question here till now? Okay, any question till now? Okay, let me take attendance. I think my screen is now not visible.
Sir.
Okay.